Hey guys, welcome back to my video, and today is today is a Ring 2 version of this video right here. And yeah, if you don't know how it works, I took the average of each thing and then I said on that video 100 likes and I'll make another one. Well, for this one, 150 and I'll make Ring 3. Yeah, I explained it a bit in the other one, so watch the Ring 1 version before you watch this. Okay, anyway, let's go. The worst Ring 2 tower shouldn't really shock anyone. It's Tower of Traps with 1.44 average score. I mean, yeah, first of all, they reverted the tower for no reason. I know, like, maybe the creator wanted this, but frickin' why? In my opinion, any tower that requires a guide is not a good tower. Especially if they're, like, challenging, and this pretty much requires one. Even then, even, like, besides the traps, the gameplay is still not good of this tower. Like, there's so much walking simulator. Like, oh my god. Okay, I don't even know what to do here. There you go, as you see right here, indication of that? Nope, none. I know that the concept of this tower was probably creative at the time, but the gameplay, nah. What? Next up we have Toof Overcoming Hatred with 1.79. I'm gonna say something that might make people mad, right? I think this tower's fine. What's really bad about this? Not much. Yes, I know the later floors get really lazy, they spam thin studs in a freaking hard tower, though that's pretty stupid. But like, the first few floors of the tower are actually pretty good in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know why people think you hate on this tower so much. Like, this above Deep Darkness? Nah. Next up we have Toof Falling and Failing of 1.9 out of 5. Yeah, this one doesn't shock me. I would put this higher because it's kind of creative, but yeah. I mean, some of the gameplay in this just doesn't make sense. It's kind of like Tower of Traps, except every time you fall, you're GBJ'd. So you'd think that's worse, but also there's like creative ideas in it, and the gameplay is much better, so I don't know. I prefer it over Tower of Traps. If I'm being honest, I don't hate this tower. I think it's okay. There's traps in this tower, and you know what? Traps over GBJ is never good gameplay. Like, even people who don't like this tower can't tell me that's not creative, because it is. Also, by the way, just to visualize how low Tower of Traps was, the lowest rating a tower can actually get is just 1 star. They can't get below that. So basically, Tower of Traps was 0.44 away from being just plain out bad. So that's pretty nice. Next up we have a really big jump to 2.57 with Shattered Dreams. What can I say? I agree with that rating. This is just an okay tower. There's some people that hate on this, there's some people that actually like it. I don't really agree with either one. In my opinion, there's nothing to really hate about this tower or really like, because it's just gameplay. Like, there's nothing interesting about it. I mean, in my opinion, it's definitely the best challenging here, and it's not even good, it's just better than the rest of the 3. Like, I don't know, grinding this was like kind of fun. And I was grinding this. This was like, I think my hardest or second hardest tower. I know it's undicate conveyors, but I mean, it's Ring 2, what can you expect? Next up we have Tower of Cold Hands of 2.76. Another tower which I can't really say much about, like, not what happens in this tower, I have no idea. The only thing I'll never forget, where is it? Yeah, this part, which is absolutely not difficult, and it's like the biggest difficulty spike in a difficult tower. That part's not very good, but the rest of the tower is decent. Yeah, this is probably going to be the shortest segment yet. I actually have nothing to say about this tower, it's so uninteresting. Next up we have Toes with 2.97. Okay, well, I'm glad this got lower than Tots at least. I think this tower's decently fun. I mean, it's not Tots, let's be honest. Actually, to be fair, I think this tower would be pretty good. Like a 3 to me, if there was just less kill bricks. Like, the kill bricks really kind of ruin it. Because so much of the gameplay is just standing still and healing. I don't know, like, imagine Toes as a purist tower. It would actually be pretty fun. However, this tower is definitely carried by difficulty spikes. Most of the gameplay is like peak intense to low rem. And then you get 2 sections. One section's the speed part, which actually is trash. Like, you can't, like, it feels RNG. I don't know how people do it consistently. Also, we have the 12th on flow rate, which I don't have footage of, but obviously not hard anymore for me, but I don't know, at the time, it was definitely the hardest part of the tower. But then a lot of the floors are just really free. Like, floor 10's pretty free, floor 9's free. The first 3 floors are also free. It's mainly carried by, like, that 6 to 8 range of floors. I might rebeat it, like, right now. No! Yep, that part's gameplay. Okay, well. Next up, we finally have Tower of Deep Darkness of 3.36. Okay, I'm gonna say one thing. Concept of this tower was good. Execution was, in my opinion, terrible. I'm sorry, I can't appreciate all the creativity in this tower when the gameplay is so bad in some parts. And I'm not even saying the whole tower is bad, there's parts that are fine, like these first few floors, there's nothing wrong with them. But there's a part that's quite literally so dark that if you don't have a light item, you're just guessing where to go. There we go. Alright, now here, down here is where the real darkness begins. Look at this part, right? Absolutely dark. Especially, like, imagine you're a mobile player and you have to do this part. But yeah, that's the main problem. Also, some of the later floors of this tower are just not good. Now next up we have TODC with 3.54. Okay, now this is my personal favorite in the area. Unlike Tots, I can actually see why people wouldn't like this one. Mainly because it's just difficulty spike gameplay. I mean, that's the point, but like, yeah. It's quite boring doing the first like 6 floors when you're doing this in SC. Just get the terrifying, which is like, okay, it's not terrifying, but it's like extreme difficulty. But yeah, in my opinion, the gameplay, all the gameplay in this tower is quite good. Now the old TODC, the old TODC was poo. Okay, we don't talk about that one. But this one's honestly quite good in my opinion. It's like, it still remains my second favorite SC, I think. Next up, Big Hole with 3.58. A bit high for this one in my opinion, but I mean, it's not bad. Can't really say much about this tower. It's more of a newer, it's one of the 2 new towers I got added. There are some parts which don't make sense. Like, why is this in the conveyor? What does this add to the gameplay exactly? But I mean, overall, yeah, this might be the shortest segment, because literally nothing to say about this one. The tower's progression's kind of cool. I mean, it looks like you're in a hole. It's a big hole. And I kind of like how it's structured. It's kind of like TOTL backwards. But yeah, overall, it's just decent. Next up we have Tower of Table Flipping with 3.73. Wow, this actually surprised me. I thought this wouldn't be this high, but I completely agree. I mean, this is one of my favorite intense grinds of all time. The only bad part is obviously the random Finstone and 9. I don't know why that's there, but the rest of the tower is quite good. Maybe I just like simple gameplay. To me, it's like a 4.2. It's a very memorable tower. Like, I remember pretty much all the gameplay in this. And the progression's really nice and simple. Yeah, I'm trying to think, what was the first intense tower that was just not good? I think the first one has to be Extraordinary Adventures, which is only in Ring 5. And then we get Ring 6. Which has like 3 bad ones, but up until then, it's quite good. Number 2, we have Tower Phone Snapping with 4.05. There's that medium and Ashen Tower, which is like really modern and cool, but somehow, I prefer this. This is my favorite medium in the game, and it's not even close. Like, actually, this came out when I was already, like, what, intense, maybe even Ren skill level, and I still enjoyed playing it. This might actually be a tower with flawless gameplay. Is there any bad gameplay in this tower? Not really. This is probably the best tower a beginner can play to, like, Impossible Expectations, which I do think is better than this. You know, that's pretty good, considering it's a medium. And at number 1, shouldn't shock anyone, is Cows with 4.25 out of 5. Honestly, I mean, I don't like this tower that much. I think it's like a 3, maybe 3.5. I mean, it's fun. There's good gameplay in the tower, but Cole's is definitely just better. Okay, anyway, bias aside, this tower is quite good. Which, by the way, the reason I have bias is because so many fails on the last part. Okay, so what did I hit? What did I hit? No! Yeah, that's actually the biggest problem. The biggest problem, right, is that the last few floors are just straight up insane difficulty, right? But I don't know, in the Citadel this long, having like insane gameplay at the end, in my opinion, is kind of dumb. But I mean, I can see why people like it. I'm just really biased, let's be honest. See, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. 150 likes for the next part, as I said before. Yeah, bye.